Hello, welcome back to my scrap room. My name is Jennifer Perry, and we're going to be looking at Shoni while I give you a quick intro. I had planned on doing a face-to-face, but while I was prepping dinner this evening, I was cutting up a jalapeno and forgot to put gloves on, and even though I washed my hands multiple times, I touched my eyes and yeah, now my eyes are nice and swollen. Touched my lips are nice and swollen. Hi baby, what are you doing? Okay, so there's what we're actually going to be talking about today. But I'm having a reaction to the jalapenos. So, I've taken Benadryl, regular allergy medicine because of Shoni. I'm highly allergic to him. But I'm not going to be able to be in front of the camera today because, yeah, it's not a pretty sight. So, what I was actually going to film today was I have a retreat coming up. And I think I've got everything packed the way I want it. So I thought I would share my 2020 retreat packing. This is the first retreat. Did I go to one in January? I don't think we went to the one in January. I think there was something going on and she couldn't do it. What? Oh, he wants in my lap now. Like all of the brothers, you turn a camera on and they suddenly want to be your best friend. Hi, baby. Shoni is my mother-in-law's cat. I am kitty sitting. I have Puddles. She may come in here soon. But out of all of the kittens, Shoni and Peter, and I think they're twins, I'm allergic to those two. The other ones don't bother me quite so much. So anyway, back to retreat packing. This is the way that I'm packing for the retreat that we're going on. It's actually going to be, we call it birthday weekend because it's going to be on my daughter's birthday, and then my birthday is shortly thereafter. Amy and I are normally at Memory Lane for our birthday weekend, but this year Janine is having her retreat on this weekend, so we're going to be there. It's going to be September 4th and 5th, so Friday, Saturday are the actual retreat days, and then Amy and I spend part of Sunday together. I'll spit it out in a second. So if I can scooch without running over Shoni, I will show you the overview, and then I'll pull some stuff apart so you can actually see better. So, don't eat the paper, dude. Don't you do it. So let me scooch up real fast. Okay, so this, I'm sitting in a chair so I don't fall over. This is the paper that I'm taking. The back crate is, believe it or not, that is all of my pattern paper. That is everything. So instead of having to pick and choose, I'm just going to grab the whole crate. And it is on wheels. So this is going to be the only thing that does not go in my wagon. And the reason I'm leaving it in the crate that's on wheels is because I will be able to roll it under my desk during the crop time or in the evenings when we clean up and get ready for night-night. I will be able to roll it under my desk and it will be out of the way. The wagon will sit beside my desk. And because Janine tries to put me at the end of the tables because we found out I get tangled up in everybody else's chairs. So she tries to put me at the end of tables so that I can get out of my chair without tripping over other people. So that is all of my pattern paper. I'm just going to take the whole crate because why not? And then this is my cardstock. And I've put my clipboard, I've put one how-to book, and I've put my trimmer in this container just for transport to kind of help hold the paper so it doesn't shift while I'm driving. But this is one of each of my colors, and then behind each divider is maximum 6 pieces of paper, except for the basics, which is the black, the white, and the French vanilla. I just grabbed a handful of those. Now, if it's a retired color and I only have 2 or 3 sheets, I put 2 or 3 sheets in there. So on my paper rack, which is over here, there's some, like down there, sugar plum, and where's the other one? There's another one. I think it's lemonade, I think. No, lemon. Sugar plum, lemon, and then there's another one that are empty because I've got all of the cardstock that I'm taking with me. And I have the bin labeled exactly how my racks are labeled, so that when I'm putting everything away, it's all in order, and I just have to go straight in order to get everything put away, and it's very, very fast and quick. So, and then, I don't know if I've shown this before, but the pockets are just page protectors that I've trimmed down, and then I just slip the scraps down inside the pocket. So that is my paper. And then I have my gearbox, which I did a full video on my gearbox. My caddy, which we'll talk about in just a moment. And another bin that's got all kinds of bits and bobs in it that I'm going to pull apart and show you in just a moment. The gearbox and this box are the same size. And then I have an embellishments box, which I don't normally take, but I'm going to take this time. And then I have a shoe rack that I use as a shelf on the desk. And I learned that from Memory Lane. They have one of these on each of their desks, and it gives you so much real estate. It is very clumsy as far as carrying it and stuff, getting it into the banquet room or retreat room or whatever room you're using, because it won't fit in the wagon, but it's worth it. And I'll load this up and show you my wagon when we're done. So let me change the camera, and then I will pull apart the tote bag, this, and then this, because I did a full video on my gear bag. So hold on one moment. Okay, so I had to scoot Shoney out of the way. He decided to be like all of his brothers and just lay right in the middle of filming. So the first one we're going to look at is this bucket. And it looks like it's got a lot more gear in it than it actually does. It's just nothing is of a certain shape, so it all just kind of squishes down in there. So let me move the cat tail so I don't squish it. So the first thing is this little Creative Memories bin that I purchased at a garage sale. And it just has, because I need to keep the hair out of my faces sometimes, it just has a whole bunch of little things that I don't want to lose that won't fit in my gear bag. I'm going to put this on the side of my shelf this year, so it'll hang like this. I'm going to put my retired threads on one side, so it'll hang like that. And on the other hook, I'm going to put my mask. So when I'm not wearing my mask, if I'm eating or whatnot, because this still is in the middle of COVID, I will hang it, I'll spray it with some sanitizer, hang it, let it air dry. So I'm gonna, this is just a command hook. I'm just gonna hang it on the top of my, or hang it on the side of my shoe rack. These are the plates for my sidekick. These are some extra embellishments that now I can get into my other drawer. I couldn't get into them before, so I'll move these into that other drawer. Hey, stop! Stop. This is so that just some tapes to use with my sidekick, purple tape, and then just some washies that I really don't care for. So I'm going to take those, my shimmer brushes, all of my tapes, an extra cap for my adhesives, some other just miscellaneous wood veneers, some acrylic shapes. Lost my word there for a second. Some brads in the bottom. I have some black acrylic, and then I have some more black acrylic, and then various twines are just right there. And then all of my tapes. This will be sitting on my shoe rack during the retreat. And then just some black and white dots that I found that I don't want to put with the sparkles, and you'll see those in a moment. And this, because I don't want to lose it. That. My little tapes. These are just eyeglass cleaner. Because I'm one of those weird people that really likes my glasses to be clean. I don't like smudges on my glasses. So that's that. And it just fits nice and compact. The next item is all of my stitching templates. So show you that in a moment. So it is every stitching template that I own. I love to stitch on my layouts. I don't get as many layouts completed as other people get because I take time and I just enjoy the process. And if it means I'm going to sit there and stitch on my layout to make it exactly what I want, I'm going to sit there and stitch on my layout and make it exactly what I want. Now the other item that I have down inside my stitching templates, because this is one of those items that if there's a fire, I'm grabbing this before I grab anything else. Everything else can be replaced, including my photographs, because they're all on my hard drive, and they're all on my backup hard drive, and they're all in carbonite because I have it backed up 3 times. This cannot be replaced. You cannot find these templates anymore, anywhere. So if there's a fire in the hotel, I'm grabbing this first. My purse, this, and my best friend. I have this inside it because I will probably grab it too, which is why I'm carrying it on the inside. This is a new purchase. Really? Dude, come on. Get down. Get down. Move. They all do it. So, this is the Close to My Heart thin cuts. I haven't even taken it out of the back yet. It just came in. It is, Petals just came in the room, so you're going to hear her. This is a brand new purchase because one thing that has happened with COVID is every Tuesday morning in my area is gone. They have closed for business. And that is where I used to go to get my thickers. I love my thickers. So I got to thinking, well, when I had my Sizzix machine, I had 2 or 3 sets of alphabet dies. And when I got rid of my Sizzix machine, I got rid of the dies with them. Now this was probably 12, 13 years ago. With this set here and my sidekick, I can make any title I want to out of whatever paper I want to, and then I can just use foam tape to pop it up, or liquid, or, you know, you get the gist. I'm going to just put this like that. Actually, I've got it right there, so I don't need to keep the paper. And I've just got it in this little pouch, just like this, and it's going to go in with my templates, because I'm not going to lose my templates. I'm not going to forget about my templates. The next item is every sticker that I have left. Whether it is a little die cut that I purchased, a wood veneer, title, you know, anything like this that I have purchased from other stores, it's in here. This may or may not be for layouts that I have with me, I don't know, because I just take this with me everywhere. I just grab this. It doesn't take up hardly any room, and if it's got something in there I can use on my layout, so be it. The next items go together. To go along with the stitching templates is my DMC thread. This is the current thread. This is all of the retired thread. Now, why am I bringing retired thread? Because all of my pattern paper, that's all the pattern paper that I have. That's current paper, retired paper, other company papers. If it's pattern paper, or as Close to My Heart likes to say, B&T paper, I own it, I have it, that's all of it right there. So the colors, whether it be current or retired, could be in that bucket. So I'm taking my retired and my current. And the only reason they're not all together is because I don't feel like taking 2 and 3 of these cases. And I can just shove all my retired stuff right in here and it's fine. It's good to go. So that's in there. I'm taking my little sidekick because I have some dies that I'm taking with me, and I have my titles, my thin cuts that I'm taking. I'm taking a piece of 12 by 12 cork that is meant for cork boards. This is what I use when I'm doing my stitching. It's what I put under my layouts when I do my stitching. This is my trash can. I showed you this during my gearbox haul. The only reason this is not in my gearbox is because it won't fit. And then I always take one spare envelope. This one says paper scraps. It may be paper scraps. It might be finished layouts. It might be whatever I just need a little envelope for. So I always carry one spare envelope. And then the last thing in this bucket is my photos. And I think I've done a video on this in the past, so let me open it up and I'll show you. So this is the lone 2014 item that I need to finish. This one is giving me grief. I need to get it finished, so it's the lone 2014 item. The rest of this is 2015. So I have my layout stickers. I have a little bag of, I think this might be Kayla, the rest of Kayla's Paris memorabilia. And then this is the rest of the family memorabilia that I may need to get into. And then this is all of the photos. And I have them broke down into piles of what I want to scrap. And even with some of them, I have the embellishments that I want to use with them. So, and then this goes on top. That's supposed to be on top. So I've got them all broke down into what I want to use. This is the first time I have not done complete journaling. I don't think these have journaling with them. It says it has journaling, but I don't see any. So I will have to make sure and handwrite some journaling, which I normally do not handwrite journaling because my daughter is dyslexic. She reads typed print better than hand print. Does that make sense? So I try to make it to where she will be able to read the scrapbooks in the future. And then that's supposed to go on front. So this is all of my photos and memorabilia that go together. So let me pack the box back up and I will show you the next one. Put my hook in the middle of these two so they don't break. Let me put these so you can see what I'm doing. One side kick. DMC Thread. Stitching. Stickers. Embroidery thread. And then this just will sit on top, supported by these two. So let me get the next one. Okay, so this next item I do not normally bring with me. I'm going to just put it this way a little bit so you can see what it is. Sequins, sparkles, dyes, and embellishments. I'm going to set it off so that I can just open the doors. This one has handmade embellishments, handmade tags, the last little bit of the ephemera that comes with all the different little close to my heart kits. I was very, very ruthless with myself when I was cleaning all that stuff out. This is some stuff that I die cut that I may use, may not use. But I was very, very ruthless with myself when I cleaned out my ephemera. And this is all that I've kept. So I'm going to put that there. This is a needle tool. This sucker will hurt you, which is why I've put it in here, because this is going to be taped shut for transport. But this is a stitching tool that I learned about last time I was at retreat. And it comes in really, really handy, but you have to be really, really careful. And I normally keep it in here on my desk, in this little box. And that's the only thing that is in that little box. But for this, I didn't want to bring the little box, and I didn't want this just loose in my stitching template. Because first, it will damage my templates, and B, this will poke the crap out of you. It's drawn blood with me before, but I love it. It's very, very useful. And then this is the die cuts that I have chosen to take with me that will fit into my sidekick. So these are the only ones that I'm bringing. So they are in this drawer. And then I have, and it's shifted, I have a drawer of sparkles. So it's just a little bit of every color that I own. And then a drawer of sequins. Just every little color that I own. I just picked one or two. So, and the reason I am, hey, bitty sparkles, get back in there where you go. They're sneaking out the back. And the reason I'm opting to use this versus another storage option is I was finding with the last couple of crops, I didn't reach for them unless I could see them on my desk. So if I just happened to have a packet laying on my desk, I would use that packet. So I figured for this retreat, I will try have this sitting on my desk or have it sitting on my shoe rack, and just see, you know, do I actually reach into it? Do I use the products that are in it? This is going to be a bit of an experiment because I normally like things to be very compact, everything's in a zipper pocket, in a zipper envelope of some sort. I don't normally like to carry things in this type of fashion, but this is going to be an experiment. A, is this a good way to carry it for me to use these items? And B, am I going to be using these items? Do I reach for them? Because the goal of the game is to use them. If you don't reach for them, you don't use them, they don't get gone. We're not supposed to be hoarding our stuff, we're supposed to be using our stuff and enjoying it. So this is a full experiment for me. Now for transport, I am going to be just taking some painter's tape and taping that shut. And this is my tabletop caddy. So it's got everything that I reach for when I scrapbook. So I'll just pull out some things. I always have a rag in my hand or on my lap whenever I work, whether it's to just wipe my hands. This used to be how I cleaned my stamps. I don't typically take stamps with me. I do take some ink, but I don't typically take some stamps. But I do take a little bit of stamp cleaner, a rag. This time I'm going to try my stamp chamois that I got from Close to My Heart. So, to clean my fingers, because I will be inking, I just won't be stamping. Does that make sense? So, I have my rag. I have a small thing of stamp cleaner. I have liquid glass, and I am taking an extra top because I had one last time get clogged really, really badly, and I couldn't use it last time. I'm taking a small thing of shimmer mist, which if I need to spray it, I can go outside and spray it and not get it everywhere. And I am taking a small glue pen. And then I have some tapes that I'm taking with me. So that is that pocket. On the side pocket beside that one is just some Post-it notes. In this pocket I used to also keep, put that there so I remember it's there. I used to also keep a watercolor palette, and I'm taking that out this time. I haven't used it the last 4 or 5 times I've gone to crop. If I'm not using it, it's taking up real estate. I'm taking it out. So this next pocket, I have my stamp chamois. I have my crop templates. This is what I use to help me make sure the pictures are the size that I need them. I have this set, then I have a set that stays on my desk. I am taking my Tim Holtz Tiny Word Stickers. This is just a small notebook that I make notes in while I'm working. A small pad of paper. I have another pad of paper over here because in fact, let's put this together, because I'm constantly using paper to make notes on. This is probably duplicate because I also take this caddy with me to daytime crops and stuff, and I don't take the full gearbox with me, so this is probably a duplicate, but it's all of my spare blades, a spare pokey stick, some needles, some tape, some push pins, things that I use to stitch with, and then extra blades, because it never fails, I leave without blades. If you were watching my live last week, you'll know that I had to go to the store and buy a thesaurus. And then I remembered that, you know, I knew I had one. I could tell you what it looked like, but I couldn't find it. I even looked in this caddy and didn't see it. It was right there. It was right in front of my eyes. I don't know why I didn't see it, but I keep a thesaurus in my caddy because I'm always looking for an alternate word for my titles. And then I keep some flip-flaps, just a little assortment of flip-flaps, and actually I have some more over here. So let's put those together. Let's do it like that. So flip-flaps, thesaurus, stitching kit, notepad, tiny word stickers, crop. Why are you not going down? What are you stuck on? There you go. And then my stamp chamois. This pocket is just all the different ways that Janine has marked off my table. I stick them in this side pocket and then I forget they're in there. This is the one that pretty much stays in there because normally when I am sitting... Ooh, what else is in here? Oh, there it is. Okay. A couple rubber erasers. Let's put those over in that section because that's where I'm going to see them. But this is the one that sticks out. And when I'm on my desk, this is the one that pokes, looks out and people can see who's in this spot. So on this side, I have just an assortment of notepads because I use them while it's my thinking process. This was a free thing of sparkles in one of the crops. I haven't taken it out yet. I keep thinking I'm going to use it, therefore that's why it lives there. Oh, you go back in here. Let's not forget you. You can't get forgotten. I need you. Okay. So in this little pocket here, I have a back scratcher, my reading glasses. This is a palette knife that I use for washi tape. Oh, I have two of them in here. Well, I don't need two of them in here. Let's just put one of them up there. I have an eraser, a rubbin erase, a couple of pencils, and then this is some wire cutters if I need to snip a die or something like that. These come in really handy. And then I just have a little mason jar full of essential items. I've got scissors, I've got pokey sticks, I've got markers, I've got pens, pickup tools, tweezers, blades, a bone folder, a nail file that I use for distressing, just all kinds of little gear. And evidently I forget that it's glass and I put it down harder than it needs to be down. And then I get reminded that it's glass. Actually, let's do this there. Do you here. That way you don't get lost. There you go. That's exactly where you need to be. Okay, so reading glasses. Palette knife. This is Sort Quick. This is some more washi tape. Sort Quick is so I will not lick my fingers. That is just something I learned in the ER. You do not lick your fingers in the ER. I think I'm going to stick these right here. Those can live right there. And then that there. Okay, next pocket. I have my adhesive, my corner rounder, which last time I couldn't find my corner rounder, some pop dots, my close to my heart stapler, some more blades. Why do I have blades everywhere? I have blades everywhere. That probably needs to go in that envelope. This is the staples. And then these are, hey look, I have more Post-it notes. These are little baggies. They're actually puppy bags for taking your dog for a walk. But they're really handy to line trash cans, or even if somebody doesn't have a trash can, I make sure to have these on hand so that if anybody needs a trash can, they have it. I can give them that. And I'm actually going to take this and put over here because I just poked myself and I need to not do that. There. Let's make better use of our space. So I have my stapler. I'm going to put these baggies in the bottom because that's just where they live. My staples. My pop dots, my corner rounder, my adhesive. My spare adhesive is in the gearbox. And then this little pocket over here. This one here. I have a knife and a spoon, I cannot tell you how many, I need to add a fork. I can't tell you how many times Janine has ordered lunch. We normally order catering, and they never bring silverware. So I try to always keep a knife, a fork, and a spoon in this bag, because I can always run to the bathroom real fast and wash it. And you know, if it's been hanging out in my bag a while, I can wash it, I can make it clean, and I still have silverware to eat. So it seems like an odd thing to have, but it works for me. Here, that works. So I always keep those there. I have a tiny thing of Advil, a tiny thing of chopstick. These are business cards from, is this when I was still, no, this is my new business cards. Some Tums, some Post-it notes. This is Janine's information, which I won't show her address. A couple of spare Band-Aids, another Post-it note, which probably needs to go over here. And then some Salon Paws. The Salon Paws are, it's a pain patch. So whether your hand starts hurting, I've got my best friend, her pinky starts hurting all the time. So we just cut it down and make a little pinky Band-Aid. Got a spot on your back that hurts, your neck hurts. It's adhesive, so you just slap it wherever you need it to go. It sticks there. And it's drug-free pain relief. And if it means I can scrap a little longer, I'm going to use it. So spoon, knife, and I need to add a fork. So in this pocket, right here, I have each of my favorite inks that I use for distressing. There's a spare empty plastic bag down there. So slate, cocoa, chocolate, I think that's bamboo, and black. All of these but the black are retired. They're also extras that I have from when I taught scrapbooking. I just keep re-inking them and put them right back in. And then I also have a spare block, and I keep the spare block in there in case, say I buy a stamp set while I'm at retreat, or I win a stamp set. I have a block that I can play with my inks and stuff, and it's obviously one that's been well loved. If it gets any more damaged, it's not going to be a problem. It's not going to hurt it being in my bag, so I just leave it in my bag. And then I also have a sponge dauber that goes with each of my inks. I just make sure to refill these with fresh re-inker before I go. The only one that I can't refill is slate, because I don't have any more re-inker for that one. Once it is empty, that one will be thrown away. And I will have to find a new favorite. And everything just rides like that. This is an emergency stitching tool. So you saw this little container here. So like if I'm at a retreat, not a retreat, if I'm at a day crop and I want to do some stitching but I didn't bring my stitching supplies, or I want to do some poking, you know, do some faux stitching, I have what I need in here and what I need in here. This is just a homemade version of Old Faithful, because Old Faithful kicks the bucket. So before it totally kicked the bucket, I just poked the holes into some stenciling material, and it just rides right there. And that is that. Okay, so here's everything in the wagon. And this is how I will take it in with me. I have the taller stuff towards the front, because as I'm pulling it, I'll be able to reach back and hold, say I'm going up a ramp or whatnot, I'll be able to hold that one. And then this one is wedged in good and tight, it's not going to go anywhere. And then the only other thing, let me show you, let me get over this way. Just like that. And then I only have to make a second trip to the car, and I will probably grab a luggage cart from the hotel to get my rolly bin and my shelf. And only because I have cerebral palsy, I try not to carry things in case I fall. I try to get things where I can roll it, so I will probably like grab this, my luggage, and my kitchen bag, because we will be eating a lot in the room. I went ahead and booked a suite so that we don't have to go out to restaurants or whatnot. So we're going to be taking a kitchen bag with us to be able to fix our meals in the room for Amy and myself. So I will probably take this, that, my luggage, and the kitchen bag all in a luggage cart, and then roll that in. These go on my desk. This and this will stay in the box, and then my gear box will go under the desk when I unpack it. So I hope this little how I pack for retreat adventure gives you a few ideas on how you would like to pack for retreat. What works for me may not work for you, but it may spark an idea of something that will work for you. Like I said, packing for retreat is always a forever changing process. One thing that I like to do, especially when I have a retreat coming up, is I like to watch other people's retreat videos, because I always get a different idea of what I want to do. Like, one of the ideas was my gear box. I saw somebody, goodness, 2 or 3 years ago did a gearbox, and it just didn't make sense for me at the time, but when it made sense, and I made the gearbox, and now I'm so happy. I've used it the last 4 or 5 retreats and crops that I've gone on, and it has been well worth the investment of a couple of duplicate items. So if you don't want to see the gearbox in detail of what's in it, go over to that video. And until next time, thank you so much for spending time with me. I know you have 101 different things that you could be doing, and I thoroughly enjoy the time that you spend with me. Until next time, bye-bye.